All right, I'm on hole number 7 of the Redwood Cup. This is on the Sequoia Creek holes. Let's go check out hole number 7. Hole number 7, what is hole number 7? Hole number 7 is a par 4. All right. Now, just some observations on this. This damn tree. So I did this several times where you're trying to get out into this area, trying to get forward distance, but like from the green to the cup, you're going in, you got to contend with this sand trap. So I had it a couple times where I got a bounce out here and I got a bounce in the rough and I bled out and I was right in front of the sand trap and I was in not quite max, kind of in between mid and max wedge. I did catch one where I had just enough curl on it where I was able to clear this tree, but I had just enough curl on it coming through that I came out and I was out in this area. And then I had one where I was able to get the trajectory right, where I was able to bleed through and get up in here. But the problem with coming to the left and trying to get that shot dialed in is that this is the narrowest part of this rough area. So if your trajectory is trying to bring you this way, you're trying to do a rough bump and you're lengthening the rough that you have to get through. So you have a better shot of getting caught up in the rough. And you've got such a narrow area coming through over here that it's your trajectory. You got to live with whatever your trajectory is. It's very likely that you're either going to get caught up in the rough or end up in the sand. Laying it up in front or trying to get up in this area right here with a little bit of curl would be optimal. Now, I tried this with a power 3 ball in the practice rounds when we got these holes. And with a power 3 ball, it was, you were, right in here was your red line. So you really had to put some power on it in order to get up there. Power 4, power 5 ball. I'm going to try this with a power 5 ball. Because these par 4s, man, if we can get up here and get eagles on these par 4s, that's big. That's big. And I didn't catch this hole enough to really get it dialed in. I did catch this hole, but I was using, like I said, I was using a power 3, and every hole, every time we were on it, we had massive headwinds. So let me take what are my options here? I got 5 berserkers. So if I want to use a berserker on a hole, I've got 5 of those. These power 5 balls. Those are power 5, 3 wind, 1 side spin. That might get it done. And it takes 5 to playing around, so I've got a couple that I can spare there. Hold on one second. All right, work. That's how it works. All right, so we got a season. Let me go back and look at that hole because how long has it been? I can't even remember. All right, I really would like to get out into this area, and I think I can get up here so that I'm more like in mid wedge as opposed to being like out in this area right here. I really want to try and get out in that area. So let's see if we can get that done. I'm going to start out with a power 4 ball and we'll see what the deal is. Or which ball did I pick here? Season 17 ball. Is this a power 5? I'm going to try the power 5 ball. Getting a little laggy. Let's go back and open up a chest. Let's make sure we got a clear spot. Always working on commons. Always wanting to keep your commons. If you're doing the club card trading and you're in that prism chest, you've got to keep those commons. You want to be able to every single day. So you got to build up an inventory so that every single day you've got one of your common cards at 300. Once you get, I'm not a big fan of grinding. I've said this before. I'll probably say it again. I'm not a big fan of grinding. But once you start getting some of your common cards maxed out, if you just grind for like a month, play as often as you can, and you don't have to play upper tours to do it. Play as often as you can to try and build up an inventory of those commons. It will be big time. All right, so where's my bounces coming through here? So I want to get up into this area right here with just a little bit of curl. So the wind's going to push me forward about like that. So it's 2.5. Adjust that out, and then I'm going to put the power back in it. I'm going to put just a little bit of curl on it and hit it. 2 rings great to the left. Still cleared that tree though. That's good. Let's see if I can bounce through that. That was not the trajectory I wanted to be on, hitting it 2 rings great to the left. The good news is that I hit it 2 rings great to the left, and I had that much curl on it, which wasn't a lot, but I had that much curl on it, and I still cleared that tree. Now I've taken this shot right here, and I'm not sure if I've hit this shot perfect yet. One of the numbers that I actually don't have for my clubs is I very seldom ever find myself, typically in my wedge, I'm either at max wedge or I'm way down towards where I'm running the topspin out, and I'm as close to minimum as you can. I mean, because there's not the minimums. It's a questionable deal when you have a wedge, because where's its minimum, because it can hit from 1 inch in front of you all the way up. But I'm kind of going to be in mid wedge, and I actually don't have any numbers for mid wedge. So there's max out there. So I'm in about mid wedge. So I really don't have any numbers for this spot. I'm going to go on the outside edge of the cup. All right. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if I got that wind adjustment right. In the hole. I count the cup when I'm in my wedge down in those areas. I count the cup just from thousands of games and playing for 3.5 years. I count the cup when I'm in that range as half of the cup is 4 miles per hour wind. And so I set up on the outside edge and had a 3-3 wind, and I came in on the left-hand side of the flagpole. So in that scenario right there, it was about right. Hitting it perfect, getting the hole. Getting the hole. That's what I'm talking about right there. Crowd goes wild. Nice shot. I want to practice these par 3s. I tried to force a shootout. I tried to force shootouts whenever I could. And here's the deal. I got this hole. This is the hole, the par 3 that I got over and over and over and over and over again. So what I'm going to do on this hole is I'm going to do times 3.7 is 4.25. I'm going to do a 15% wind adjustment. And I'm going to have to break my own rule here just because I'm going to get so that I can dial it up to the cup. It's 3.7. It's going to be 4.25 rings. I'm doing a max adjustment at mid club with a 15% wind adjustment. Let's see if my trajectory's on target. I'm still just a little bit off the cup. The way the wind was blowing, that still kind of blew me off the cup. Wind's kind of going with it. Let's see what the angle is here. No, it's still kind of... I still haven't got my adjustment right on this. Part of the deal is here too is that I keep coming with varying balls. So here I'm with a power 5 ball, and I'm in a different spot in my club. So actually with a power 5 ball, I should have did more of a pull. And these are definitely easy to roll off the backside of. All right, that was hole 7, par 3. That was how to get that one done. We were on hole 7. How could that be hole 7 and a par 3? We're on hole 7, and it's a par 4. All right, that was hole 7, par 4. That hole right there, I still think getting out here, and I just tanked that shot by hitting the 2-ring great to the left. But I still think that the trajectory that I really want to get, and the good news that I can take out of that is that I set up as much as I could over to this side to give myself a little bit of leeway. Still wanted to be kind of anticipating the way that the wind was going to blow. So when the wind blew up here, I was still 2 rings off of this transitional surface. And I put on, and I'll have to go back and kind of mark that curl that I put on there, but it seemed like, like here's your ball and here's your ring. I was out towards the outside edge of the ring. I did put a little bit of curl on it. I hit a 2-ring great on this side and was still able to clear that tree. So if I would have hit that perfect, I ended up in this area. If I'd hit that perfect with that, whether or not I could squeak by over here. Now, if I do distance wise, I had to travel through the rough a little bit further on this trajectory than I would have if I was over here. But really trying to get up here in the front where you've got a really short chip on would be ideal. I think, as far as like angle where we're going, this one looks good. But the thing is we got to go through this rough so far that it may be difficult to get this one right on a consistent basis, where we got a better shot of getting out into here. All right, that was hole 7, par 4, Sequoia Creek, Redwood Cup. Thanks for watching.